Cool. So we're going to play Review Jeopardy, and you're going to play with your partners today. We're going to pass out our game board, but you're in partners. So if you're by yourself, all by your lonesome, you're going to play all by your lonesome today. You're going to do great. With your partner, Victor, should your conversation level be?
Should be library.
Awesome. And what should you use to ask for help, Amber?
Notes, partner.
Notes and your partner. Awesome. Miss Husner, do you want to explain the activity?
Yes. Okay. So our Jeopardy today is going to be very similar to when we do our table challenge. So you're going to see a question on your board, on the whiteboard. You're going to have 2 minutes, about 2 minutes, on your own to answer it on your whiteboard. So you're writing down the problem, showing all your work, boxing your answer. Okay? When the timer goes off for 2 minutes, you guys will then have about 2 minutes with your partner to check your work, check your answer, and make sure you guys both agree on hopefully the correct thing. Okay? So very similar in our table challenge like that. At the end of your 4 minutes, Ms. Trimble and I will go over the questions. You guys will help us answer the questions. You'll see the answer. If you get the question correct, then you will get a stamp by myself or Ms. Trimble on your game board that you just have in front of you.
So we're going to walk around with a stamp. You should not be writing at all on this blue piece of paper. As we walk around and see a correct answer and correct work for both partners, you guys will get a stamp. At the end, the team with the most points wins, right? So the point of Jeopardy is that you make the most money. Every question is worth a certain amount of money here. And when you and your partner have the correct work and the correct answer on both whiteboards, you'll get a stamp indicating that you won that money and you got the money. Miss Foster.
Ms. Trimble, what if I get the question right, but my partner does not?
You will not get a stamp. And that's the reason why we're going to structure an independent time where you're working on your own and partner time so that you and your partner can get the same work and the same answer together. Joe?
Wait, so I don't get it. So it's only between us two or just the whole class?
It's only between you two. So instead of in Jeopardy in the video, there were only 3 people, right? We have 15 people competing. 15 teams competing.
Which is why you want to be at a library level, because you don't want to help the people around you. You only want to help your neighbors.
And to keep us engaged, so the team with the most points at the end, which at the end of the class you'll write in this box up here where it says total points. The team at the end will get a merit. The team with the most points will get a merit. But for everyone, all of your game boards are going to be collected because this is what's going to constitute your participation grade for today. There have been some good clarifying questions so far. Are there any other clarifying questions? Okay, before we get started, please make sure that one person from your table has written both of your partner names on the sheet in the top right-hand corner.
It's labeled partner names.
And will you put you and Chris, because Chris will be back in below.
Go ahead and make sure both names are on there. No, you can write a little bigger if you want.
As we're writing, you guys are going to see questions from all different points this year. Because somehow we're already in the middle to end of April, which means we're pretty close to the end of the school year and all of your comprehensive tests. Your interactive notebooks are your friends for this. The more you use your notebooks, the more questions you will get correct. But let's talk about what kind of questions we're going to see.
May I get a volunteer, please, to read our 5 categories today up on the board? 5 categories up on the board. Bryant, go ahead.
Maximum rules, sanctioning, notation, expression, equation, scientific systems,
Very good. Okay, so you can see exponent rules. That was like what we've done from day 1. Angles, we did it just a few weeks ago. Okay, so you've got a wide range of things happening here. Now, you can see the dollar amount goes from 100 to 500. Sergio, tracking the board. 100 to 500. The easier problems are going to be at 100. As you move down and get more and more money, the problems are going to get harder and harder. So as you guys choose a category, think about that. Okay? Now, you guys will be choosing the category you want to solve. So, do you want to solve scientific notation problems, or do you want to talk about angles? You are also going to be choosing the dollar amount. Now, there is one rule. As we move on and progress through our problems, you must select one problem from each of the 5 categories before you repeat a category. So say your favorite thing is scientific notation, but it's already been chosen. You cannot choose it until one problem from each of our 5 categories has been chosen. Okay? And we'll keep reminding you guys as we go along which categories you're allowed to choose and which you are not. Okay?
The good thing is that we're going to have time for more than 5 questions, so there will be repeats, but just to start with, we need all the categories chosen before we repeat in the category. Final questions? Okay, let's get rolling. You want to choose your first person?
Yes. Madison. What is the first category and in dollar amount you would like to choose?
UCLA. Okay.
400. Alright, scientific notation, 400. You are writing down the problem, please. Writing down the problem. You are multiplying. You are multiplying.
Remember, your notebooks are your friend. Your notebooks are your friend. You can open up your notebook. I will post on the board the timer.
Remember, you are working by yourself at first. Working by yourself.
You have 2 minutes on your own.
Please be cautious of your zeros. Love that Juliana's opened up her notebook right now. Heading over to scientific notation to help her out.
Such a great sound, the sound of your notebook pages.
My favorite. One more minute on your own before you talk to your neighbor. Seconds, still by yourself. Don't ask your neighbor for help yet. You may check your work with your neighbor, work with your neighbor. Make sure you guys agree on the correct work and correct answer. Help your neighbor out. Make sure that they are understanding just like you are. That'll tell you. You need to have both of them with you at all times if you have any others. 30 more seconds. 30 more seconds.
Make sure you and your neighbor have the same answers.
You're good. You're good. Does your answer look like scientific notation? 5 seconds. 3, 2. Grab your markers in 1. Out of your hands. Out of your hands. Out. Ashley. Okay. Jessica. What is our rule when we are multiplying scientific notation numbers together? Yeah, there's a rule. How do I do it?
You're supposed to separate them first, so like exponents, those are going to be together in one spot, and then the other numbers, decimals, you're going to multiply those together.
Okay, so multiply those decimals together is what I heard. So I have 1.8, 6.78. I'm going to multiply those together. What am I going to do with our coefficients, Eduardo?
You're supposed to multiply them together. No, you're supposed to add them.
Add them together. Very good. Okay, so I'm going to write times 10. I'm going to add my coefficients. 9 and, sorry, exponents, thank you. 9 and 12. Raise your hand if you did this on your board.
Okay, so for all of you with your hands in the air, what exponent rule tells you that we add our exponents when we're multiplying numbers with the same base? What's the name of that exponent rule, Masai? Not power to a power. Good guess, Sergio. The product rule, right, Masai? Because we're multiplying. Cool.
Very good, very good. Okay, I want you to make sure that you are not touching anything on your board. You are not erasing. You are not writing. Miss Trimble is going to come around. And you right now are going to see if you got the correct answer or not. Checking the board. 1.2204 times 10 to the power of 22. 10 to the power of 22. I saw something that I saw. Something that I saw that I want to talk to you guys about. I saw a lot of you put your decimal right here at 12, and then you wrote 21. Which is awesome because it shows me that you did the problem correctly, but what do you have to remember? What do you have to remember, Jacob?
It has to be number 1 and 10.
Say it one more time, nice and
It
loud.
has to be number between 1 and 10.
This has to be a number between 1 and 10. Very good, very good. Okay, you guys. If Miss Trimble, and only if Miss Trimble has come by to look at your board, you may erase it. You got everyone? All right, everyone may erase it.
Now remember, this next person has to choose a category other than scientific notation.
Julian, please choose a category that is not scientific notation. 4? Woo! All right, high roller. Here we go. What is the measure of the exterior angle? Yes,
You
I
have
love
notes
those
that are
notebooks.
perfect for this. You have notes that are perfect for this.
4.5. We'll see how it works. Maybe 5. Just give them 5. We'll stop it if we need to.
You have 2.5 minutes on your own, which means our voices are silent. 2.5 minutes on your own.